Giant trees, towering over 197 feet, command the sky. At their base lies an intricate network of rivers. Borneo is a mosaic of secluded habitats. Every creature must find its place within this green labyrinth. One of the planet's most complex ecosystems is at work. Beneath the dense canopy, light barely reaches the forest floor. A delicate balance between predator and prey determines the fate of all living things. The sounds of the forest are not mere noise, they are warnings. Borneo is a fortress of life, where all things have evolved in a ceaseless struggle. The island of Borneo is home to one of the most intricate ecosystems on the planet. Millions of acres are covered by humid tropical rainforests, interspersed with complex river systems. The vegetation here is dominated by Dipterocarps, colossal trees that soar beyond 197 feet. The rivers carry nutrients, nourishing a dense web of life both in the water and on land. Borneo is a patchwork of interconnected habitats, a sanctuary for a biodiversity found nowhere else. In the highest tier of this green maze, where sunlight is most abundant, resides a master of patience. A large, solitary primate, possessing extraordinary intelligence and strength. It is the orangutan. High in the Bornean canopy, the orangutan moves with deliberate grace among the branches. Every movement is precisely calculated. With a great arm span, they can bridge gaps that few other primates could manage. This is the largest tree-dwelling animal on Earth. Adult males can weigh over 198 pounds and develop large cheek pads to display their territorial dominance. A male's cheek pads are not just for show. They are acoustic amplifiers that can broadcast a call for a mile, proclaiming sovereignty in this green labyrinth. They live solitary lives, traversing vast territories in search of seasonal fruits. Orangutans display remarkable intelligence, memorizing the locations of dozens of tree species and their fruiting cycles. This mental map is crucial for survival. The orangutan shares 97% of its DNA with humans. Its name, orangutan, means person of the forest in the local language, an acknowledgement of this primate's great wisdom. An infant orangutan will stay with its mother for up to 7 years. During this time, it learns how to find food, build nests, and read the subtle signs of the forest. The orangutan does not just live in the forest. It depends on its very structure and rhythm. Its body is perfectly adapted for a life high in the trees. On the ground, it is vulnerable to predators and the unpredictability of the environment. The silence between its movements is part of a survival strategy designed to conserve energy in a world that demands constant effort. Each orangutan represents an ancient lineage, a survivor from a past when jungles covered the entire Malay archipelago. The orangutan is not alone in the forest's upper story. From the highest branches, calls echo for miles. It is the call of the hornbill, the great fruit-eating bird that dominates Borneo's skies. Across the highest canopy of the Bornean forest, the hornbill soars with slow, ponderous wing beats. These great frugivores play an essential role in the ecosystem by dispersing seeds, connecting different parts of the forest. Their long bill and the bony casque on top of it act as a sound amplifier and as a mark of identity between individuals. These birds depend on old-growth trees with hollow trunks, where the female will nest during incubation. While the female is sealed inside the nest, the male provides food through a narrow slit. It is one of the most unique reproductive behaviors in the avian world. The female remains in the nest for many weeks, protecting her eggs and the newly hatched chicks. The male must fly long distances to find fruit and insects. This partnership requires precision and endurance. Any misstep could endanger the entire family. Hornbills play a critical role in maintaining plant diversity. By consuming large fruits, they carry the seeds far away, promoting the regeneration of the forest. Their presence is a sign of mature and balanced forests, rich with an abundance of fruit-bearing trees. The rhinoceros hornbill is the most recognizable, a cultural icon in many parts of the island. Amid the dense canopy, the hornbill maintains the rhythm of the rainforest. Its heavy flight connects the silence above with the continuous life cycle of the plants below. Where there are hornbills, the forest remains whole. Following the seeds that fall from the high canopy, we descend to where the currents of life begin, the meandering rivers of Borneo. On the riverbanks of Borneo, another primate exhibits entirely different behaviors, with agile movements and a dynamic social life. Among the exposed trunks and roots, a distinctive sound announces their presence. It is the Proboscis monkey. Troops of Proboscis monkeys move along the low branches and roots bordering Borneo's winding rivers. They are endemic to the island and possess one of the strangest features in the mammal world, the male's long, pendulous nose. This nose acts as a resonating chamber for their calls, helping them to communicate, issue warnings, and reinforce the group's hierarchy. The longer and larger the nose, the more authority the male commands. It not only attracts mates, but also acts as an amplifier. They live in social groups composed of a single dominant male and several females with their offspring. Their diet consists mainly of young leaves, unripe fruit, and seeds from the many plants of the mangrove and riverine forests. A complex digestive system allows them to survive where other species cannot find enough to eat. They are excellent swimmers, using the webbing between their toes to cross rivers and escape from predators. When threatened, they can dive and remain submerged for some 30 seconds. Life along the river demands constant vigilance. crocodiles and pythons are ever-present threats. Coordination between individuals is vital, and every move is led by the dominant male. The young learn quickly to climb and leap, staying close to their mothers in all their activities. The Proboscis monkey represents the link between the jungle and the aquatic environment, a primate adapted to two interdependent worlds. Lower still, where rivers flow down from the mountains and across the lowland forests. A meeting point for terrestrial giants who come to the water to soothe themselves from the harsh equatorial heat. A large herbivore with long legs and a watchful gaze emerges. It is the Sambar deer, one of the most robust mammals of the Bornean jungle. In the floodplains and riverbanks of Borneo, the Sambar deer moves quietly through the undergrowth. It is one of the island's largest land mammals. A powerful body and a thick coat help it withstand the constant humidity of the rainforest. Its large ears and keen sense of smell allow it to detect enemies from a distance. The sambar is a selective browser, feeding mainly on leaves, fresh shoots, and fallen fruit in the early hours of the day. When the heat becomes intense, it seeks refuge in the shade or in shallow mud wallows. Bathing in mud helps to control parasites and regulate body temperature. The dried mud on its body is more than a way to keep cool. It forms a natural protective layer, shielding its skin from the onslaught of insects in the tropical jungle. The males bear branched antlers, which are used in contests for females. During the breeding season, they emit short, deep calls to assert their presence. The sambar deer plays a fundamental ecological role in seed dispersal. By consuming whole fruits, they contribute to the regeneration of the vegetation. They are also prey for large predators, helping to maintain the balance of the food chain. Its cautious behavior and vigilant instincts make the sambar one of the most resilient survivors in this biome. Deeper in the interior, where the forest becomes denser and the light fades, creatures of stealth with enormous eyes begin to appear. Among the tree trunks and small branches, a tiny nocturnal predator silently observes every movement around it. This is the tarsier, the miniature hunter of the Bornean forests. In the dense inland forests of Borneo, the tarsier sits motionless on a small branch, surveying its surroundings with disproportionately large eyes. It is a tiny primate, little more than 4 inches long and weighing less than 7 ounces. Its fixed eyes provide it with binocular vision and precise depth perception, a necessary adaptation for catching agile prey. The tarsier's eyes are, remarkably, larger than its own brain. They cannot move in their sockets, which is why its neck can rotate 180 degrees in each direction. This allows it a panoramic view without moving its body. Tarsiers are carnivores, feeding mainly on insects, lizards, and other small vertebrates. Their leap is extraordinary, capable of covering 40 times their own body length. Long legs act as natural springs. They communicate using high-frequency sounds, which are inaudible to most other predators. By day, they hide in tree hollows or dense vegetation, remaining motionless until dusk falls. The tarsier plays an important role in controlling populations of insects and small animals, contributing to ecological balance. Amid the roots and foliage, the tarsier represents one of the oldest surviving primate lineages, a living relic of tropical evolution in Borneo. Towards northern Borneo, in the towering old-growth trees, hundreds of winged mammals rest in large colonies. They hang motionless, suspended. These are the flying foxes. Some of them, like the large flying fox, are the biggest bats on the planet. Their wingspan can reach an astonishing 5 feet. Long, slender wings allow them to fly steadily between different areas of the forest. During the day, they form large colonies in tall trees in lowland and riverine forests. Hundreds of individuals hang side by side, creating a unique spectacle. Their diet consists of ripe fruit, flowers, and nectar. When feeding, flying foxes swallow the fruit pulp and spit out the fibrous pellets containing the seeds, promoting plant regeneration. This behavior makes them one of the island's primary seed dispersers. Their flights connect fruiting zones along the rivers, forming ecological corridors that transport nutrients and plant genes. Flying foxes use their sense of smell as their main tool, allowing them to locate fruit trees from a great distance. Their role as pollinators and seed dispersers makes them essential to the integrity of Borneo's rainforests. The presence of these bats indicates a healthy ecosystem, capable of sustaining its natural cycles without interruption. Every one of their movements reinforces the interdependence between plants and animals, a silent and continuous process that keeps Borneo alive. Borneo remains one of the last refuges of intact biodiversity on the planet. From the highest canopy to the riverbanks, life is arranged in a precise equilibrium. Orangutan to the Sambar deer plays an essential role in the stability of this ecosystem. In this humid, ancient, and isolated territory, adaptation is the only path to survival. The jungle shapes its creatures with rigor and persistence. Borneo is living proof that nature, when left undisturbed, maintains its